my lovelies? It's me, author Alexandria Infante, coming to you with a new review today. So, like always, first off, we need to give a shout out to music composer Ben Sound. He is the music that you are hearing for each of the videos that we do. The intro songs and then the music throughout the video is by music composer Ben Sound. So now he offers free royalty-free music on his site. Basically, all you have to do is download it and then give him his props. So basically, if you download the music and you don't tell people who you got it from, or it's not in the credits, then he literally can sue you. So make sure that you are giving him his props. He has from basic rock and roll to some, funk and R&B grooves, some classical, some actual movie scores, or movie theme type. Like if you're watching, like, say gladiators fighting, that like dun 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 dun, that type of music. So film scores, and just about everything that you could want for your book promo, your blurbs, whatever, your channel, your website. Basically, all you have to do is give them a shout out. Now, it is free, royalty free. There is a difference between free royalty free and free royalty. Free royalty free means that you can use the music without ever having to pay for it, but you have to give him his props. You have to tell people where you got the music from. You have to give him credit. And then free, royalty free means that you can buy the music and then you're able to use it without having to pay every time you run your promo. He also has that as well. Like if you want to keep the music for yourself, then you can pay for it as well. A little drop box will fall down once you click on to download, and it will tell you everything that you need to do in order to purchase that music. So once again, all of the music you hear on our channel is from music composer Ben Sound. So make sure you guys check that out. It's bensound.com, and you can find any kind of music that you want. So now, just a little update. We will be, I'm going to push the gift card back another week. Maybe two, because we're trying to get more readers to involve into the channel. And so basically all you have to do is give us a shout out, make a comment, any kind, just so we know that you're actually out there watching these videos and listening to the content and, actually checking out some of these awesome readers on review books on the channel, because that's what we're doing it for. The authors get the perk of putting their book on here, but we're doing it for you, the readers. So during this quarantine time, you can find awesome books, but even well after, once the quarantine is over, still, people who love to read like me, I'm still going to be reading. So these are books that you can check out on your own and see if you actually like them despite our review. So this is the main thing that I want to point out on this channel. The reviews that we do here are our opinions, and you should never always take someone's opinion as your own. You should always go and form your own opinion. This is what I tell my students. I teach all levels, college, I teach college, but I teach freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. So my freshmen, I always tell them, never ever let someone form your opinion for you. You need to go out and do it yourself. So we review these books, and these are our opinions, but we want you to definitely check out these authors. Even if we didn't care for the book, or we felt there was something wrong with it, it still might be your cuppa. So make sure you go out there and check out these books. That's what this channel is for, because indie authors don't get the perks that they should get. So we're going to push that gift card back. Also, we got a little update on the swag that we may also be doing for the channel, because we're doing some over on my channel, Alexandria Infante. we're doing some on my author channel, and then we were thinking about doing some here as well for the summer, basically with the Poison Pin logo and the indie authors only logo. So I will give you guys an update on that, and basically it'll be the same thing, a shout out, we will more than likely put a gift package together with a shirt, a bag, and the $50 Amazon gift card for people who actually get people to come over and subscribe to the channel. So we will start those in the summer. Basically, by the summer, hopefully we'll be out of this this crazy coronavirus, and we'll be able to actually go outside again. So that would be the perfect time to start giving out the swag, because then you can actually wear it out of your house. And so that's pretty much why authors give you swag, is because they want you to put it around. So that will begin more than likely the middle of June, somewhere around there, the end of June, because by then, hopefully, like I said, the coronavirus is gone, and then I'll be back in New York. So I'm going back either July or August. I'm trying to feel it out to see, how the curve is going, because I hate California. I can't stay here. But anyway, so I'm looking at all of that. And so that's an update on that. So we're going to push the gift card back 2 weeks. It is a $50 Amazon gift card, and this one is basically gifted to us by SK. So author SK Blue, who writes multicultural YA and NYA paranormal romance, is gifting this month's gift cards. So it is $50 from Amazon. And I'm not sure if you guys, hopefully everyone knows what Amazon gift cards are. You don't have to just buy books. Like, you can buy books with it, but you can also buy other stuff. Maybe you need like a big, huge 50-roll pack of tissue during these times. You can buy that. Maybe you need some milk and some laundry detergent. You can buy that. Although with the Amazon delivery for like Fresh, their Amazon Fresh, and like, the Whole Foods and all of that, that thing is so backed up, it's crazy. I tried to go on yesterday to order some goods, because I'm tired of going out to the supermarket, especially during this time. I only go out if I'm like really truly forced to. Like, I need to go out again, because basically, since I moved back to California, all my adult kids thought, hey, let's go hang with mom. And so I pretty much have to feed them. So basically, a lot of them were here when the coronavirus started. So, my 23-year-old, I was just like, just stay here, because I know I'm safe, so basically, yeah, I need to go and get burgers. But the Amazon gift cards, you can do anything that you want to within reason, as far as Amazon's rules apply. So $50 is $50. So that's pretty much what it is. And this month's is gifted by author SK Blue. So now, that is pretty much it on the updates. We will talk more about the swag as the months go on, because I want to get that out as well. Also, the big package of you helping to direct, readers to the channel. That's so cool. If we could get more readers, we could get more, the more we're trying to get to that 1,000, subscribers, because that way, then then YouTube will completely recognize our channel, and it will be basically all that, I'm sorry, for a second there, it looked like the camera wasn't working. So I was like, I've been talking for like 10 minutes already, and it's not even recording, but anyway. And so that's pretty much it. Tonight's review, if you want any info on what I'm actually doing on my channel, because we have a big, huge author swag pack, coming up. So if you want any information on what we're doing in my channel, then simply pop over and subscribe as well. It's Alexandria Infante, and you can check out the videos and the books and the series and all that stuff over there. So now tonight's author is an Amazon freebie, because remember I said we're gonna we will be filling in with the with our normal indie authors that basically when we don't have the submission authors. So I'm not sure how the submission thing is going, because we still haven't gotten any new ones. We have two, but they don't fit the theme for right now, Monday through Thursday. So we will have to put them on Friday and Sunday. So now tonight's Amazon book is basically, it's called A St. Patrick's Day Romance, Chancing Love, and it's by Jade Royale. Now, this book was a freebie, first off, but it's also a very short read. It's less than 50 pages, and basically, so it took me about maybe 20 minutes to have it, play on the Kindle. And so it's like a 20-minute read, like a read, like if you were going like 2 stops on the train, or you needed to take the bus like to the bank, which is basically about 10-15 minutes away. Then it's good for that. If you're able to put it on Kindle in your car, it's perfect for that as well. Like if you have a little drive to CVS or something, it's good for that. I mean, you could read it, regularly at home, but you're just going to be a little sad that it was only, I think it actually said 35 pages. I'm not sure. That could be the way the Kindle's recording it, because I think it went a little bit longer than 35 pages. Or the way that the author recorded it. Anyway, so here is tonight's, I hope you guys can see this because it looks very bright. Okay, there we go. Here is tonight's cover, and it's called Chancing Love, and it's by author Jade Royale, or Royal. I'm not exactly sure how she is pronouncing her last name. So we'll just say Royale for right now. Or Royal, whichever. Okay. So now this book opens with the character Lauren at a coffee shop. Like, I got like, Amazon, Starbucks. I'll get it right in a second. Yeah, so I got like Starbucks. And so she's sitting there, and she's a writer and an artist. And she's writing, I think she's doing a bit of ghostwriting, because the author doesn't exactly say what she's writing. And so she's sitting there and she's writing this, and then basically she does her little monologue, her little soliloquy of, her life and stuff and how things are going on. And then as she's writing, she's listening to her earbuds, and I thought it was cool that she was listening to Disturbed, because, and a lot of people seem to think that, people of color don't actually like rock, and that's, or alternative, and that's like so far from the truth. I like Disturbed. I like, one of my biggest was Rage Against the Machine when I was like, early 20s. I like Paramore. I like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, portions of Nickelback. They get such a bad rap. I love their song Miss Parker. Basically, so people seem to think that because we are people of color, that all we listen to is R&B and hip hop. I don't even listen to hip hop. It like all of the stuff that's out right now, I think it's complete trash. I'm sorry. The vast majority, Little Yachty, Body, Hoo-Hotty, whatever. I think all of that stuff is trash. That is not rap. But now if you go back to like KRS-One, Public Enemy, Tupac, real rap, when people were actually rapping, when people had issues and they were trying to bring light to things, then I will listen to that. But all this stuff nowadays, no. And I like Drake's singing voice better than I do his rapping. He sounds like Shrek, but anyway. And so basically, I like the fact that she put that out there, you know. So he takes a seat. So all of a sudden, this guy just comes and takes the seat out of nowhere, and she's like, she takes out her earbuds and she's like, yeah, excuse me, can I help you? You know? And then he's like, yeah, there's nowhere else to sit in here. So this is the only available seat. And then so she pretty much looks around and she's like, oh, okay. And so she goes back to what she's doing, or she tries to go back to what she's doing, but he keeps bugging her. He keeps asking her these questions. And so she's answering with a question. I do that like so much that it drives my friends. It drives like people I'm dating, it drives them insane because that is like my number one thing, especially if I don't get why you're asking me that. So basically, you know, they have this like really cute conversation because he's pretty much bugging her and she's like, I need to get this done. And then at some point she just puts back her earbuds and decides to ignore him. And so he sees that her name is Lauren because he looks at the cup and her name is on the cup. And so she goes back to what she's doing. He gets up and leaves and she thinks like he's gone and she's like, good, finally, even though he's like this really hot guy. And she's like, good, finally. But he goes over to like the baristas and he orders her another chai. And then he orders himself, you know, like an actual Danish, some ice water, and a cup of the coffee that he was drinking. And so he comes back and he sits down and she's like, really? Really? You know, so he goes back, he gets his phone and he starts playing a game. You know, but all the while he's looking at her and he keeps saying things to her and he's like mouthing it to her whenever she like looks up. And so finally she's like, what? And so they have a conversation and she realizes like she actually likes him because he's funny. And he's like pretentiously funny. You know, I like guys like that too, who are pretentiously funny. Like they're really funny, but they're still being pretentious. But because it's so funny, it's not as bad as it would be to someone who would just walk up to you and be pretentious just regardless. So she likes him. They have a conversation. And then he's like, he shows her the game that he's playing and then she tries to play the game and it doesn't work. And then he downloads it to her computer. And then finally he's like, oh, would you want to go to the movies? There's a movie that I want to see. And so she's like pretty much an introvert. And so she's like, you know, I'm not sure about this. But then at the end, she decides to go anyway. And so when she gets to the theater, she like texts her best friends to tell her, you know, his name, because finally she was like, who are you? And he told her. And so she texts her friends his name so they know like who he is and where she went. And so they go to the movies, they go see a Marvel flick, which right there he scores brownie points because he took her to see Marvel. It doesn't actually say what movie they went to see, but I'm assuming because of the time in which it was written, it was probably Endgame. And so because yeah, we have to wait till freaking next year to see any of the flicks that are coming out. Wonder Woman, Black Widow, which oh my god, I really want to see that. I want to see Wonder Woman too. All of the flicks that are coming out, we're not going to be able to see them until next year because of the coronavirus. So a lot of the studios are like pushing them back. And so he takes her to see a Marvel flick, which I thought was cool. And then, so then after they come out from the theater, he's like, oh, let's, you know, do you want to get something to eat? And so she's liking him. She's like really liking him by this time. So she goes out to dinner with him. And then when they get to the restaurant, they're like, they start having this conversation again, you know, to like get to know each other better. And like for her to make sure like he's not a serial killer psycho. And so he texts, she's like, what would your best friend say about you? To me. And so he's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, and she's like, what would they say? And so he's like, here, ask him. And so he gives her the phone, but she doesn't call his best friend. She sends him a text. And so they're sitting there, she's laughing basically with the best friend from the text that she's sending. And then he does the same thing. And then her friends are like, but her friends are more like, who are you? Where did she meet you? Blah, blah, blah. So it's really funny. And then, so then after that, they eat dinner, or they're like, okay, what would you order off the menu? And then he's like, okay, how about we order for each other and see if we actually really have something in common? Because she said she didn't like anchovies and onions. And he was like, oh my God, neither do I. And so they were like, let's order for each other. And they did it like in a text message and just showed it to the server. And the server was like, okay. And then she goes, well, we're trying to see if we actually have something in common. And so she shows hers, and then the server goes around the table, and then she looks at his, and the server's like, oh. And then, so what you as the reader know is they ordered the exact same thing. And so from the server's face, Nigel, which is the main character, the guy who sat down at the table with her, Nigel was able to tell by the server's face that they had ordered the same thing. So he was like, okay, put this on there as well as like a backup. And so, so basically when the food gets there, they start laughing because they ordered the exact same thing. And then they have more conversation, and then, they pretty much leave, and then, he kisses her goodbye, but then kisses turn to whatever. And so they wind up, sleeping together, and then the book ends there. So it was a very, very short read. I'm not sure if this book has a second book to it. I'm hoping, because the way that she ended this book, I would actually read this, even though it's like a cliffhanger. But I'm thinking it was just a short story that she enjoyed writing. And so, I'm not exactly sure if it actually has any more books to it. I just, because like it says here that it only had 35 pages to it. But I kind of believe like it was more than, like she's got some good reviews. I don't know if she marked it as a sweet, because someone wrote short but not exactly sweet, and probably because of the probably because of the fact that it was a short. So I don't know. Anyway, her reviews are good though, and so because it is a good story. She basically, it's 35 pages though, so that's the problem. She's going, unless she has another book. I mean, you could let it in there, but it would kind of be like, why would you? Because you could build on this and just basically make it a serial. And so if I had to start this book, I would start this book 4 stars, because it was very engaging. It was good. The characters were funny, even though it was like a little short. They were really funny. I liked Nigel. He was like the hilarious one. And so the characters meshed well together. So I would start this book 4 stars because it was that good. And I just feel like it could be longer. The author could totally make it longer. And if not longer, she could go into another book and basically, make book 2 and just make it a serial. And then that way you won't have readers like pissed off or upset with you, because when they see the word serial, they know that it's a short. There's not going to be that many pages to the book. And so she could get away with another serial, maybe them getting married or something like that. So that's pretty much it. This was a good book. I give Miss Jade Royal a 4 stars for this book, even though it was a short, but it's a completely cute short and it was really good. So that's why she gets a 4 stars. So here is the cover once again. It is called Chancing Love, and it's by author Jade Royal. And it's a St. Patrick's Day romance, because I don't want to tell you the end, but at some point the word St. Patrick comes up. So there it is. It is an interracial romance, Black woman, white man. So you guys go out there and get this book. It's also a freebie right now. It is free. You do not have to pay for this. And a 4-star book that's free. Go check it out. Remember, it is your job to make your own opinions about these authors that we are reviewing. And that's pretty much it for today's review. Now, tomorrow, excuse me, tomorrow we will be reading, just one sec. We will be reading a paranormal, and it's by author Coco Brown and Tage Crenshaw, and it's called Hexes and O's. And they are a USA Today bestselling authors team. And it is just from the cover, you can tell it's a paranormal. And that is who we'll be reading tomorrow. So now, don't forget, if you are a new viewer, please subscribe to our channel and like these videos. Like them. Click that little like button down there as well. And then click the bell so every time we upload a new video, you will get it. And that's pretty much to this review. I will see you guys tomorrow with another awesome author. And please go and purchase these books. Indie authors need your love. And if you are looking for author swag and a kick-ass paranormal series to read, pop over to my channel, which is author Alexandrian Fonte, and check out my 6 paranormal series. And that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.